Hello and welcome to the 2021 March Mayhem at Garfield Park in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I'm Ian Hamilton, your host and commentator for this, otherwise known as Ham to most people in the area. And I'm here with special guest, filmer, Zach O'Haron. How you doing, Zach?
Good. Good to be here with you. Yeah, I want to thank the sponsors for the tournament: Zanfell, Great Lakes Disc, GRDGU, Discraft, and Get Gritty. Awesome to have support for every local event we can get to.
All right, on the card, we have Andrew Marwede, highest rated player in Michigan. Catching his Firebird, 1,028 rated, 42 career wins.
Yeah, solid player. And we got you on the card as well today.
Yeah.
Super excited to see you back on the channel again. 988 rated, looking to get that up to 1,000 by the end of the year. It's good to have you back.
And we also have Justin Larson, local, 955 rated from Grand Rapids. He's got a career win, so at least he's got that on his belt, giving a nice little spin on his Frisbee.
Yeah, he's got a great dying company too. And Willie Prince here to round out the rest of the card. Big arm here, great putter, fantastic player. Always great to have him on the card when we're in Michigan.
All right, let's get started. Hole 1, 228 feet, par 3. Really just a simple straight shot. Most people are going to be throwing a putter. If it gets a little windy, you're going to be up and up to a mid-range, but just try to get it out there, get it close, and start your day off right on hole 1 here. And Garfield Park, this is your definition of a deuce or die course, so it should be pretty fun here.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, we got Justin Larson up first. I think he's throwing a Justice.
Regardless of what it is, it's the most beautiful disc I've ever seen.
I don't know about all that, but it is pretty.
He's got that.
All right, he pulls it a little bit right. There was a little bit of wind, but that could have just been a little jittery pull. Should be putting, though.
Just got to get that first pull out of the way.
And Willie survived the winter. He's back. This, I think, is his first event of the year, so he's excited. Throwing some type of putter.
Buzz OS, I believe.
Was it a Buzz?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, not a Buzz. I'm sorry, Challenger OS.
Challenger,
Excuse me.
and absolutely parks it.
Those are his
Nice shot,
last
Willie.
year's stamped Challenger OSs.
Okay. And then we have myself throwing ABR3 Star Plastic.
The Huck stamp on it looks real good. This is good.
Honestly felt great, and it just kept going straight. And it's a good, 20-footer, so we're happy with that. And I'm not going to lie, Zach, I was so nervous on this hole. And this happened last time in November. And last, we have Andrew Marwede.
Fun note there. This is
doing this shot that no one expected.
I didn't.
I don't even think he really was ready for it, and he didn't practice it because he thought tee time was 15 minutes later, and then he just pulls this out of nowhere. Parks it.
Maybe he found the new route.
Justin giving a bid, outside circle, just airs it. He's actually going to be outside again, and it's really not the best way you want to start, but see if you can get his comebacker. Jammed it, and that will pretty much counter a lot of the nerves that you had on your first putt. So good putt, Justin.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting that first putt from this distance is a really critical job to get your groove going early. Got you
myself. Try to get these nerves out of the way.
Right in the ground there. Like you said, you're a little nervous here, so you got to get that first nervous putt out of the way.
Yeah, now that I see it, man, just totally jabbed it. Good putt, good birdie, ridiculous shot, unorthodox, but it's a birdie nonetheless. Willie's going to tap in, and I said it was okay if he did so. Good birdie. You always want to start your tournament out getting birdie on hole 1.
Yeah, especially on a deuce or die course where every par, it really feels like a bogey, right?
So at this point, this putt was nervy. Didn't know if I was going to make that. Made it, and not happy, but we'll get over it. There's a lot of holes left.
Gave the best little kiss to remind it, I'm here to have fun.
All right, let's move on to hole 2. 335 feet, another par 3, which every hole will be a par 3. Really, you're just trying to throw a big hyzer and come in right behind either side of these trees, forehand or backhand, and nestle near this elevated basket. That's really going to be your biggest test, is where you land near this basket.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's any wind, which I think we had I want to say a left to right, so it's really just going to favor most shots.
Yep, we did have a little bit of left to right. In about 10 years, those two trees in the front are really going to come into play a little bit more for those shorter shots that are trying to skip in. But for right now, they're so small that even if you happen to land right next to them, you'll still have a pretty open look at the basket.
And what Willie just did is a common shot that you're going to see 90% of people throw. Obviously, Andrew being forehand dominant is going to throw the same shot, but forehand. As expected, really.
Yeah, really unique. 5 months ago when we did the March Mayhem, I saw him throw a lot of forehands very
Great
high,
shot.
really high.
Yeah.
And this year he started off really low, and so I thought that was really unique. I haven't been able to chance to ask him why that is, but I'm certain he's got a very good angle explanation.
Yep, and a good shot. He did get an unfortunate lie, but I think it'll be all right. Justin throwing a very similar shot. This looks a little sawed off and short, and yeah, it is going to end up coming short. And that's the thing. If on this hole, it only gets hard if you don't really commit to your hyzer, you're going to hyzer off early, and you're really going to give yourself a tough putt.
Even 15-footers are a little sketchy here.
Yeah.
What is this disc? It's beautiful. What is this?
Oh, this is a Thunderbird. It is actually done by two dyers. One is Justin Larson. He had it in the shop when I bought it, and then I sent it to Brainwave Discs, and he did it over top with a little Huck Lab sticker, and then I peeled the sticker off when it was done. So it's pretty beautiful disc.
Well, beautiful disc and a beautiful shot as it puts you inside circle one there. Good way to recover after hole one.
Absolutely. Good bid here.
Oh,
just a little high top end.
Tainted.
That would have been an incredible make.
Yeah, that would have been sick.
Andrew being extremely tall gets a look at this and jams it. Nice straddle putt. Not easy though. I mean, he might have made that look easy, but that was full on straddle.
Must be nice to be having a 7-foot wingspan in your legs.
Yeah. All right, we got a birdie. Shake those nerves off. Me and Willie were actually giggling because we were arguing over if you'd rather have a tap-in or like a 30, 25-foot putt that you make for birdie. And I told him I would rather have a 25-foot putt make than a tap-in early in any round.
Ooh, you almost missed that one.
Yeah.
He's getting a little sketchy, but it went in.
And I think our conversation might have something to do with that because I almost missed mine too, it felt like. Justin, a little comebacker for par. And par's okay. I mean, you feel like you're losing a stroke pretty much on any hole that you par.
Right.
But it's also Garfield, and this is a course you can start even through 6 and finish 12 down.
Right.
All right, hole 3. I don't know if this is the shortest hole, but probably one of the easier ones. It's just 201 feet, par 3. You have 3 gaps, a little forehand flick with a putter mid-range, and a straight gap. And then some people, locals, take the backhand line, which I'll hopefully show you how that's done.
Yeah, the forehand gap, or the forehand line here that Willie's taking, I think is more popular now. And again, got newer trees planted, so as 10 years from now, it'll be a little more obstructed, might be a little less open, but for right now, it is the common play, and I would say the safe play with the hill.
I would have to agree slightly. Andrew also throwing a pig, showing why the forehand's a good play. Now, the thing you want to do is what Andrew is get a little higher on that hill, because that hill is going to play away from the basket, and sometimes your forehand's going to run away from you. I'm throwing an AVR X3. I found this line a few years ago. I just go over the top, throw a hyzer, and try to ace, and then just sit.
See, this is why you're the pro.
Yeah, exactly. But this is just a shot I've always done, and I have probably maybe 2 or 3 more years with that shot until that tree really starts to grow over. And we saw all 3 gaps, straight, forehand, backhand. Justin coming up a little short, but he's still inside circle, probably 28 feet, so all birdie looks here. Justin up first.
Looking to get his first birdie here. Tickles the chains, a little wide right.
Yeah, and maybe he's just a little slow in his putting confidence right now, but see if he can get his comebacker.
About the same distance here. Oh, misses left there.
First one missed right, second one missed left. Very common mistake. Good start for Willie. 3 for 3 here. It's really how you want to start.
Yeah.
At Garfield, you really want to come out here and honestly get like the first 6.
There's a couple holes I feel like that if you take a 3 on it, you're not that upset.
Mm-hmm.
You can. It's a definite understandable par, but especially these first 3 holes, if you're trying to compete for the win here, you really want to get these first 3 and start off strong.
Yep. Good birdie for myself, and then Justin's gonna tap in his unfortunate bogey, which don't think he was too happy with this one, and respectfully, you don't want to be taking a bogey on hole 3. All right, let's move on to hole 4. First touchy shot of the round. We have a Mando, about 100 feet off the tee, 247 foot par 3. just most people are gonna be throwing a forehand, stable forehand, fairway driver. Coming in before these two trees here on the left and just kind of skip and roll towards the basket is gonna be your play. Sometimes if you push it wide, those trees come into play. Sometimes if you throw it short, that big tree there on the right will get in your way.
I think the common miss I've seen, just being here the times that I have recording, it's either pushing too far left or pushing too deep, and those trees can really leave you short.
Oh, and Willie's first little mishap, and that is definitely a common mistake. Just don't get it to the left. Don't commit to your line. You're gonna hit that big tree. Instant par. Andrew gonna correct it. Firebird, I believe. Sexton Firebird. And honestly, just a little short, but it's enough space to make that putt. And I got a little dirty or something on my pants. Not really sure what that is, but it's all right.
It's very dusty at Garfield.
All right, we got another Firebird coming, and I kind of yoked it a little bit, but it felt good. And
Big skip from you.
Yeah, well, we'll give myself a little tester putt to get it going.
Trying to steal that LP there.
Trying, man. Got to make it first, though.
That's true.
I'm not sure what Justin's throwing here, but he is going up the middle, and this is a beautiful line. A little long, but, 20 feet long and 20 feet short are the same thing. Unless there's, like, a crazy wind direction.
Yep.
So it's a great shot. Kind of a statement shot going up the middle on that line.
Really trying to get that birdie here after a bogey.
Trying, and it honestly didn't feel bad, but I jabbed it again. And I got a little bit of some putting nerves right now, switching putters this week. Andrew putting for birdie here. Great putt.
Best putter on the tour last year. He's showing that C1 skill.
That's for sure. Routine putt right there.
It's pretty easy for a guy who can reach in and tap in and putt from 15 feet because he's so long. But
Yeah. And this one made me sad. I really wanted to get this one because this would have really been a game changer for these first 4 holes.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
we'll move on. Justin to get his first birdie here. Good putt.
Yeah, good solid, center of the basket putt. Previous hole he went left and right, and he corrected it right where he's supposed to now.
Yep.
Hopefully that momentum carries over for him.
Oh!
Willie is making me a little uncomfortable.
And that's just a classic, it's a tap in, don't take your time, putt it. And sometimes that'll happen, but I caught it, and that's all that matters. All right, hole 5, another tighter gap for Garfield. 270 feet, slightly uphill. Par 3. There's really just one gap, and that's to the right. I think Andrew's going to show us a gap that really no one takes, and we'll see if it pans out for him. But yeah, you're just trying to go up to the right and crest this hill and just land right next to the basket.
You were absolutely correct.
I know.
He likes to go for
a little foreshadow there.
I don't know what makes him think he wants to go there, but
hit the line perfect, just a little low, and got the worst counter skip he could have got. But honestly, he's done that line a ton of times, and it works for him. And he would rather throw a Firebird forehand than throw a mid-range flat up the gap. So, you have to respect it. Justin throwing a mid straight up the gap, turned it over just a little bit. He's going to be just outside circle, it looks like, maybe like a 40-footer. But pin high, good shot.
Good distance control there.
Yep.
Looks like a buzz from Willie here.
I believe so. A little low, but the grass is so dead and short right now that things are just going to slide.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of fast play right now at Garfield. So another little circle's edge putt. And I'm throwing a rock.
Is this a glow rock or just a DX or what is that?
This is a glow, I think, flat top KC Pro Rock.
No, and you nicked a branch
Did
right
nick
through that
a
gap.
branch, man. That shot felt so good. But that's okay. This course wants me to putt right now. No, that's fine. Big bid here.
Trying to make the magic happen off
And
the basket.
So close. He's really good at those shots. And Garfield really is just a course where you're either going to be parking shots or making putts. Justin, just another early release, just off left.
Now, I will note here, both Willie took notice of it when we were on the pad. We had a couple people actually on the course at this point with dogs that were right behind where Willie's at.
And a good putt.
Yeah, good focus there.
That's a great putt to get early to stay 4 for 5 on the first 5 holes. And yeah, man.
Just another low one from you.
I don't even know if it was low. It was just right, jabbed it. I'm not going through my routine, and we'll get it fixed hopefully.
Oh no.
Oh man, just having some struggles here early. Like I said, it's Garfield. Hopefully, he can get it going.
Yeah, this is the first hole where I kind of give half credit for people who, lose a stroke here, just because if you do hit early in that gap or hit an early log, you can find yourself in trouble. And because it's so far back, if you hit an early gap or early branch, you kind of have best score as a 3 there. But as you got guys that are looking for birdies there, you really want to convert it. You don't want to walk away with the boat.
I mean, when you're in a card when most people are 4 for 5, that's really what you're trying to do. I mean, my game plan is to get 4 out of the first 5 holes, and right now I'm definitely off that, and it's getting a little frustrating. All right, hole 6, 225 feet, par 3. You guys are going up the forehand line, which just have to get through this gap, and then it's wide open, low ceiling. The other line is going to be a backhand, stable mid-range, stable putter, up to the right, and just let it scoot into these little bunker trees.
To be fair, I recorded both of the gaps, and I recorded the one on the right, and the trees are in the way of the basket, so the line, it didn't look very pretty.
all right.
And then second, Marwede swears that the forehand gap is the better ace run.
He would say that for any line probably out there. Willie, great shot. Took the backhand line. And here we go, Firebird, pink.
This is his 4, I think. Not his most stable, but I think it's his
honestly, 4. Great result. I honestly thought he pulled it or kind of let it go a little high, and I was a little nervous, but it worked. And that's all that matters. Matching hat to disc. Let's see if it works out.
Good angle here.
Yep.
Really liking this. Little scoot.
And me and Willie both threw putters, and it's nice because you can throw a stable putter, and once you clear it, it's just going to hit that ground and go flat right towards the basket.
Absolutely.
We have another forehand here, and it looks great out of his hand. Possible ace run? Oh, a little short. Okay.
Yeah, had the height.
A little short.
Had the height. I'm scared as everyone on the card a little bit, like, ooh, but it was a little short, like you said.
See, I played this round, and I already forgot most of what was happening. Great putt. There we go.
So Shay, the tournament director for this particular event, had followed us for the first several holes, and we don't have an ace yet on the channel. So every single time someone threw one, he kept grabbing me and saying, "Oh, is this the one?" And kept trying to work me.
All right, looks like we might get a star frame here. Thank goodness. Should be lots of star frames here at Garfield.
Great comment from Marwede here. They were arguing about who was out, and Marwede comes up and was like, "Oh, you should go. You're way far."
Yeah, I remember that.
You're both less than like 8 feet. Like, just calm down. Tap it in.
All right, good star frame.
It was close.
Get the pace going. Willie and Andrew both at 5 down right now. I'm chilling by 2. And hopefully Justin can start getting it going here and get on a little run. All right, hole 7, 241 feet, par 3. And you guys are taking the main line. Forehand turnover line to the left, and then come in and miss these trees. If you push far enough, it's a lot easier to miss the trees, but we're going to see probably some skips and some forehands on this hole. My favorite line is going up the middle with a rock, but the smarter play is definitely a forehand.
Absolutely. A lot less danger in the forehand, it feels like.
Yeah, and I have to give John Perry some credit. When I first started playing, my first year playing an open tournament, he told me to always look for the high percentage of open air. So, honestly, you look at this situation, we got like 70% more air to hit on the left side than you do on the right side. And I thought that was great advice.
Yeah,
if any
absolutely.
of you ever want to take that into consideration, it's a smart thing to think about. Another Firebird, pink. Just loves the Firebird, and he's really good with it.
What year Firebird is this for you?
This is a 2016 that I got Huck Lab dyed, and I loved this thing. And I'm not going to lie, I have a Marwede Firebird in my bag, which are really great, but I personally just wanted the Huck Lab to be on camera. Because they're pretty much the same thing.
Right. That looked a little farther than you wanted again. You kind of yoked a couple.
And those 2016s go far. I mean, they really do.
I mean,
that's why I almost threw the Marwede.
You've been working out too, right?
I have been going to the gym more. I got to get some winter body off. And another good forehand. Everyone's in the circle. We got putts again, which is really just going to be the theme of Garfield. Everyone's going to pretty much be putting on every hole. You're not going to see many approach shots.
And this is crucial for you. Get yourself in a rhythm.
And it felt good. And I can see it. I'm just jabbing. I'm releasing so low. I was happy.
Finally get that putt to go. It gives you confidence.
Needed that, because that would have been a bummer. See if Justin can get one going here. Get 2 in a row. Yes, sir. Middle. And Justin does have a good putt. And you notice in the first few holes, his comebackers were good. Just those couple bogeys. And hopefully you forgot about him by now.
You know, you got to give credit for Justin too, because you know it's one thing to start your first tournament on camera with a couple players
For
that you
sure.
played with, and it's another thing to play with the best, you know, arguably the best player in the state of all time with Andrew Marwede. You got 2 local pros that are both just absolute shredders with you and Willie. It's just there's nerves outside of the environment and the camera where you have pros that you're also playing with, and so just props to him being able to handle that situation.
Absolutely. That's very true. All right, hole 8. Honestly, probably the hardest hole in the course in terms of hitting the line. We'll see a hole later on in the back 9 that may be averaging higher, but we have hole 8, tightest hole on the course, 320 feet. You're going to be trying to just get through that gap, either forehand, backhand, whatever you need to do to get off the tee clean and get somewhere on this hill for a putt. And this is one of the holes where you might see approaches by hitting these early trees. I mean, there's 5 gaps you can choose right here, and it's just all about getting clean.
There is a backhand route straight at the basket I've seen you take before in the past.
Yep, and you will probably see me take it this hole. A little spoiler alert. Willie, high and tight, but it honestly got a great skip and sat.
Yeah.
Not common, but it worked out, so we'll see if he takes advantage of it.
I think this is a Halo Destroyer from Marwede here.
I think you're right. It's either that or Wraith. I'm not.
No, that's the Halo for sure.
Is it?
Left out really
This is
wide.
going to skip huge, and it's going to be
That's crazy.
so good. I mean, it is truly a forehand hole. You can see the gap right here from this angle. This is a great angle for that forehand line. I'm going to show you the angle that not many people take, and I'm going to throw a little late turning rock, kind of right at that big tree, and just let it late turn all the way down to the basket.
That's so good.
And you know what, Zach? It hit a branch.
It did. I remember that.
Pretty sure it stopped me from acing. That's all I'm going to say. But we're happy. We're happy with it.
Yeah, I appreciate you trying to get that first ace for the channel. I see
And
you
Justin,
working.
another forehand. It looks a little low. Just got to beat the tree. Big skip. I think it did possibly hit
You
it,
got
or
the
maybe
roots.
just got the skip. Okay.
Yeah, got the roots right at the base of it.
But honestly, this is fine. This is really a hole that you might chalk up as getting a 3.
This
So,
is a hole where an early hit could turn into a 4 very quickly.
yep. You hit early, and it's actually a tough shot. Almost made it off the tree. It would have been sweet.
Hobie, our catch cam guy, said it was inches.
Man, that would have been cool.
Willie here trying to stay hot.
Great putt. And not an easy putt. I mean, it looks closer in camera, but it never is. That was easily a 30-footer for birdie on a hard hole.
And his putting is looking so much better. End of last year, he was really struggling with that. He looks locked in now.
Yep. Okay, you see that log right there on the ground?
Yes.
I asked where that came from as we were walking up, and my wife actually told me that my dog carried that there 2 days before. So Nova, shout out. Thanks for putting the log on the green. And we have 3 birdies
That's crazy.
and a bar. Yeah, that's a great scoring average.
Almost
this
4 if that tree had knocked it in.
That would have been insane and quite impressive. You don't see that many birdies. Usually 1, maybe 2.
Yeah.
But to get 3 is a good thing.
That's how you play the hole.
Yep. And we're gonna move on to hole 9. Definitely a tougher hole because we start getting to some distance. We really haven't thrown any big shots. Nothing in the way. 350 feet, par 3, slightly downhill. Gonna mostly see big forehands out wide and skip in. Maybe some late turnovers or low ceiling backhands just straight up the gap. And Willie, with the power he has, is throwing. Honestly, I think he's throwing a Challenger.
OS.
Challenger OS putter. Just
Way out left.
doesn't make any sense to me.
No, it doesn't.
I mean to say that in a weird voice, but I mean, come on, a putter. It's not even a tailwind. It's like a headwind.
It was a headwind, 100% sure. And after he threw that, he
And
said
yes, he's short.
he said he was going to be short, and then he's like, "Man, I should have thrown that harder."
Yeah, man.
This is crazy.
So nice shot, Willie. Andrew just making forehands honestly just looks so easy. And a little short as well, and that could be just because of, we have a little headwind, and this hole does get tricky with headwind. I'm going with a Metal Flake T-Bird 3. Whenever there's wind, I go to this shot.
Is that a Hamilton stamp on that disc?
Yeah, there are 3 Hamilton stamps. Sam Days, I made some permanent marker stamps for me.
Super good.
This shot felt great, and the headwind kept it straight. And so I didn't get that nose angle up where I usually count on it to just go right towards the basket.
Kind of get that flare.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Another forehand.
Another forehand honestly looks really good.
Yeah,
This looks great.
Justin's been like a little short, it feels like, all around, and that one's
Great roll.
actually pretty decent. He's probably 15, 20 feet in there,
and
so
I think this little bit of headwind is just keeping everything from getting maybe that extra 10 feet.
absolutely. It definitely started picking up from the beginning of our round.
Oh, man. my arch nemesis, right to left crosswind, on top of some putty nerves. But it honestly felt good. I will say that.
Yeah, putter looked clean out of the hand.
Oh, I just missed it right.
Those optical illusions.
Maybe pulled it straight just because of that headwind, trying to account for it. And it's not much, but it's enough to change your form.
And I think that's his third putt to the right too. So
great putt for Willie to only miss one hole on the entire front nine. 8 down through 9 is your ideal start at Garfield. That's 100% what you want to do.
I'll tell you what, live and in person, if you had told me Willie was 8 down, I would have called you a liar. It didn't feel like it at all.
No, I honestly didn't even realize it either. And just, yeah, man, it happens. We're ready for this round to be over, but we still have 9 holes that are all birdieable. And great putt. So 2 birdies, 1 probably clean up par for Justin here.
Bit of a tailwind for him.
His putter's been looking better this last few holes. And yep, right in the center. Good par. You definitely don't want a bogey after seeing someone bogey right in front of you. Yeah, I'm not thrilled.
I mean, not many people would be, right?
Not many bogeys will make you happy at any course.
Ever, right?
Yeah, and that's gonna wrap up our front 9. Goes quick here at Garfield. We have Andrew Marwede, 8 down, missed hole 5. Myself, 4 down. Willie, 8 down, and then Justin, 1 down, cleaning it up just a little bit here. We'll be back with you in round 2, so stay tuned. Or back 9, sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. And thanks to all of our sponsors for our channel, GRGGU for the 2021 season, as well as all our Patreon family that helps us continue to get out there and provide more coverage every single tournament. So thank you guys so much. Go check that out if you want to support us, and we'll see you on the back 9.
All right, guys. See ya.